All right, let's talk about a game that was way more than just a game. This was basically a coronation. You had a roaring crowd at Cameron Indoor, two ACC Titans clashing for a championship. But what we're really talking about is how one team, the Duke Blue Devils, turned what should have been a nail-biter into an absolute undeniable statement. And really, that's where you have to start, with the sheer weight of this moment. I mean, this wasn't just about getting another win. This was about legacy. They'd already done this 21 times before. So imagine the pressure to make it number 22, to hang yet another banner in those rafters. It was just immense. So you've got this classic matchup. It's a clash of styles, right? On one side, you have Duke's offense, which is just a high-octane buzzsaw, especially on their home court. And on the other, you have Virginia's defense. It's like a boa constrictor, famous for just squeezing the life out of teams. The big question was, whose style was going to break first? Well, we got our answer almost immediately. And that answer came in the form of a freshman, Isaiah Evans. And folks, he wasn't just hot. He was supernova. You know Virginia's whole strategy, right? It's built to stop you from driving and force you into tough, contested shots. Well, Evans pretty much decided to make that entire strategy irrelevant by simply not missing. 4. That's the number. In the first few minutes of the game, Isaiah Evans drained 4 straight three-pointers. He was the ultimate puzzle breaker. Virginia's defense basically dares you to beat them from the outside, and Evans just looked at that dare and burned their entire system to the ground. And this quote right here, it captures the poise. This wasn't just some guy chucking up shots and getting lucky. There was this one play where he caught the ball, sold a pump fake so hard that the defender literally flew right by him. Then he just calmly reset his feet and splash. That's not just a freshman hitting shots. That's a star completely taking over. Now, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So while Evans was being a one-man wrecking crew, Virginia's offense, well, it hit a brick wall. This was the exact stretch of the game where things went from competitive to a blowout, all thanks to a totally suffocating defensive effort from Duke. And look, Duke didn't just play defense. They dictated every single thing that happened. They were switching aggressively, they were closing out hard on shooters, and they made every single pass a battle. For Virginia, it was like the basket suddenly shrunk to the size of a teacup. The well just went completely dry. 7 full minutes. In a college game with a 30-second shot clock, that is an absolute eternity. For 7 straight minutes, Virginia could not buy a field goal. Look, you can't survive a little cold spell against Duke at Cameron. An offensive ice age like this one, that's a knockout blow, period. So yeah, the halftime score pretty much tells the whole story. It was a tale of two extremes. You had Duke's offensive explosion meeting Virginia's offensive implosion head on. The Cavaliers had to walk into that locker room facing a two-headed monster. How do we score, and how in the world do we stop a team that looks completely unstoppable? If Virginia had any tiny glimmer of hope for a comeback, Duke just slammed the door shut. The second half wasn't about protecting a lead. It was about sending a message. They just kept pouring it on, showcasing their depth. Different guys kept stepping up, proving this was no one-man show. It was a total team dismantling. In this chart, I mean, it says everything. Duke shot 60% for the entire game. To put that into perspective for you, a really good college team is maybe shooting around 47%. Duke was just, they were operating on a completely different planet statistically. You just can't defend that. It's almost impossible. And get this, check out the contributions from Duke's other star freshman, Cameron Boozer. His shot wasn't even falling. He was just 2 for 8. But this is exactly why people call him the most productive guy in his class. He found other ways to dominate: rebounding, passing, playing smart D. His value is just so much more than scoring. You know, this is what separates the good teams from the championship caliber teams. It's late in the game, the outcome is already decided, and Malik Brown comes off the bench to drain a 3. That's the ultimate sign of a confident, deep team. When everyone on your roster can hurt you, you're not just winning, you're sending a message to everyone else. And so, as those final seconds ticked away, that roar inside Cameron Indoor, it wasn't just for a win, it was for a statement. This wire-to-wire domination was more than a victory. It was a coronation. The Blue Devils were, emphatically, the champions of the ACC once again. The final score really tells two different stories. Yeah, the 73 points, that speaks to Duke's offensive brilliance. But holding a disciplined, methodical team like Virginia to barely 50 points, honestly, that might be the most impressive part of the whole day.
It was just a masterclass on both ends of the floor.
And there it is, number 22. It's so much more than just another tally in a record book. It's another banner they get to raise, another chapter of sustained excellence for one of college basketball's most storied programs. Just an incredible achievement, and they sealed it with a performance nobody is going to forget. So here's the crucial takeaway, the thing you have to be thinking about. Duke just put the entire country on notice. To take apart a team of Virginia's caliber so completely, so thoroughly, it raises the ultimate question as we head into March Madness. Are the Blue Devils peaking at the perfect time? I mean, after a performance like this, are they now the team to beat? The real tournament is about to begin.